Greetings everyone, my name is Devan Rajendran and my matrix number is 25DDT19F1184. Today I will be presenting my case study 2. This is a topology given with 1 router, 1 switch, 3 telephone and 3 PCs. And the first part will be connect all the devices as per the topology. For the cabling, the copper straight through wire is being used for all the devices. And in the IP phone, there will be two options, switch and PC. Switch will be connected to the switch and PC will be connected to the PC. To enable the IP phone, we need to add this adapter into the socket, and it will be added into all the IP phones. So the topology is now ready, and the next will be configure hostname and no IP domain in R1 and S1. So the third will be configure DHCP setting for all the PC. In this case study, we'll be using the DHCP options for all the IP phones and PC. For the part 2, create all the VLANs as per the VLAN plan. This will be the VLAN plan given for us, and we will be now configuring the VLAN plans. There are 4 VLANs in our case study 1, case study 2. There will be data, voice, management, and unused ports. So for the next, we need to configure the VLAN names. We already configured, and the next will be configure VLAN 30 IP address and the default gateway. In the addressing table, we can see the IP address and the sub default gateway. And the IP default default gateway. And that is the end of part 2. The part 3 will be starting with configure and assign port for all the VLANs. In the VLAN pane, we can see the switch ports and the given ports. We need to use the interface range command to configure all together. Since we are having two VLANs in the same ports, we need to use the switch port access VLAN 10 and switch port voice VLAN 10, VLAN 20. And the next will be VLAN 40. We can also see there are one trunk port which will be the F04. Switch port mode trunk. Shut down all unused ports. As we can see in the topology, there are only 4 ports being used, which means the VLAN 40 is not being used and needs to be shut down. Save all the configurations in SW1. So the command will be copy running config startup config. Part 4 will be configuring in the R1. Configure sub interface in R1. We can see the sub interfaces in the IP address client. First, we need to use the no shut command in the F00 so that we can use the sub interfaces. Encapsulation .1q10 in the IP address. Encapsulation.conq20 together with the IP address 172.16.20.1. And the last one will be interface f/0.30. So we have configured the sub interfaces in R1 for all the VLANs, VLAN 10, 20 and 30. And now we need to verify that each PC able to successfully ping to the R1 sub interface for the network user. So the network user will be the users in 172.16.10.0. Since we are not having the DHCP, we need to statically configure the IP address so that it can match with the network users. we need to ping with the default gateway 172.16.10.1, and here we can see there's a connection between the R1 and PC1. To check the end-to-end verification, we need to configure the PC2 also. Now I'll be pinging the PC1 from PC2. So we can also see there are end-to-end connectivity. Verify that SW1 able to successfully ping to the R1 sub interface for the network management. So the network management will be 30 and the IP address will be 30.1. So the success rate will be 100% and the connectivity is complete. For the part 5, we need to configure the DHCP pool. First, we need to remove the static DHCP. Configure DHCP pool for the data and voice and also the excluded IP address. The excluded IP address will be available in DHCP pool plan. And also for the VLAN 20. So now we need to configure the DHCP pool. The first name will be the data and the network will be 172.16.10.0. The default router will be 172.16.10.1. And the next DHCP pool will be voice. The network will be 172.16.20.0. Default router 172.16.20.1. And here we can see there's a default TFTP, so we need to configure the option 150 IP and the address. So we have successfully configured the DHCP pool and also the excluded IP address. And the next will be configure IP telephony services for maximum directory and earphone. Before that, we need to verify that the PCs can access the IP address 10.6, 10.7 and other 10.8. And also for the phones 20.7, 20.8 and 20.6. For next, we need to configure the IP telephony services for the maximum directory and earphones. The max directory and the max phone will be 3. And the source address will be 172.16.20.1. The port we are using will be the 2000. The next will be ePhone directory number to be used. There will be 3 phones and 3 directories. First one will be the number 1010. Second phone will be 1020. And the last one will be 1030. Now for the ePhone button directory, we need to use the command ePhone 1, and the type we are using will be 7960. The button will be 1 to 1. The next phone will be 2, same type, and 1 to the 2. And for the third phone, the same type also. The button will be changing to 1 to 3. So as we can see here, the ePhone 1 is successfully registered, and the ePhone 2 followed by the ePhone 3. Save all the configurations in R1. So command will be copy running startup config. And now we need to verify that each PC can be able to successfully ping to the other PCs and also the other IP phones. The IP address for the PC1 will be 10.6. And 10.7. So the PC2 can successfully ping to the PC1, and it should be able to ping to the IP phones also. The IP address will be 172.16.20.6, 20.7, and also 20.8. As we can see here, we can also ping to the 3 phones. Verify that each IP phone is able to call out to each other. As we can see here, the 1010 number, 1020, 1010, 1020, and 1030. So we can connect from 1010 to 1020, and the call is connected. Now we are try with the 1030. And we can also connect from 1010 to 1030. Now I will try from 10:30 to 10:20. And that was successful too. Also connected. So that will be the end of case study 2. Thank you.